Hello and welcome back to Many Adventures Mini. So this week I'm getting back into more of the Wrath of Ashardalon. I feel like it's been taking me a little bit too long to work my way through that box set, so I'm doing two in a row this week, and I also decided that the mini I am painting this week I figured might start coming up in my home game soon, so I wanted to get it out of the way quickly. So this week I'm going to be painting the human cultists from the Wrath of Ashardalon box. They're a very simple mini, and I used a very simple paint job. So this was surprisingly quick to get done, but it also shows how easily you can get the same kind of miniature done really quickly when you're doing a batch painting like I was doing today. So let's go ahead and jump over to that, and I'll show you how I did it. Alright, and here are the pre-images for the human cultists before I do anything. It is a very simple miniature, and it doesn't leave a lot of room on the base for doing anything interesting, so this is going to be a pretty quick and easy job. So let's go ahead and jump in here. I'm just starting out by doing my best to clean up some of the mold lines on this miniature. They're a little ingrained, and this definitely was done in two pieces and then attached together somehow, but it wasn't done super cleanly. So I'm doing my best to clean it up, but there's only so much I can do with the kind of plastic this is made out of. But once I do my best, I'll go ahead and get the miniature primed, and I do this after washing it in soap and water, just to get any mold release that might have been off. But when the priming is done, I airbrush it with this dark gray, and then transition over to a medium gray, followed by a white, just to do my zenithal highlighting for my next step. Using this thinned down alien purple through the airbrush, I apply it across the entire miniature in several thin coats with the airbrush just to get the right opacity that I want. And when that's done, I come in with this skeleton bone to hit all of these skulls on this guy's back, just doing my best to keep off of the previous paint job. I'm doing my best to keep it clean and not have any issues when things come to the end. I don't want to have to try and touch up the purple, since it would be very difficult to color match it, since it's based on a color gradient from an airbrush. So I just hit this, and I be as careful as I can while doing it. And just get all of these skulls, as well as his scepter here that has the bone color on it, because it looked like it had some skulls up there as well. And then when I am done with this, I go over and start using some tanned flesh. This is my darkest flesh tone that I have, and I put that on these guys' face and hands. And I do have 3 of these that come in the Wrath of Ashardalon box set, but I'm only showing one just to keep the video short and concise, since I'm just repeating each of these steps on the next miniature over. So once I get the hands colored in, I come and use this desert yellow for his belt. I went with the yellow because it looks kind of like a rope color and contrasts well with the purple color. And then I start bringing in this plate mail silver color. It's kind of a medium silver color, and I use that to color in the scepter that he's got wherever the bone stuff isn't. Get the bottom of the scepter there too. And just doing my best to get as much as I can. He's got a dagger there. And then I use this leather brown just for this knife sheath that he's got on his belt. Then I pull out the dragon red, since purple is partially composed of red, for those of you who know your color combinations. It works well as a secondary color. Blue would also do well, but I felt like in this application red was a little bit more appropriate, so I went with that on these little straps holding on the different skulls and whatnot on this guy's back. Then I came in with barbarian flesh just to do a quick highlight layer here, just to make things look a little bit more normal. And then I used my matte black along with that mummy white there. I put that on the palette, but I start using the matte black just to blacken in the base. And like I said, this miniature doesn't leave a lot of room on its base because of the way that it's sculpted, so I just black in everything and don't do anything particularly special with this one. But after that, I just go ahead and get the eyes, and one of the eyes is so far back underneath the cowl that you can't see it, even when you're looking really closely, so I only do one eye. And then I follow it up with my burnt umber wash, which gives a very nice aged effect to bone color, so I do this pretty much anytime I'm painting bone. And then finally we're on to the varnish. This is the same as usual, just coat everything in a liberal layer of varnish. And here you can see the 3 different versions I did. They're all identical. It makes it nice and simple, but here's the surround finished images for one of them. Like I said, this is a simple miniature. It was a simple paint job. The airbrush goes a long way to making batch painting go very quickly. It wouldn't have taken me much longer to do like an additional 5 of these guys, so I consider that a successful painting session. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had fun putting this one together. It was a very simple paint job, but I think it does the job adequately, and these Wrath of Ashardalon minis are really not all of that super detailed, so it's kind of hard to get a lot out of them, but you can do a lot with a good paint job even on a substandard miniature. And even a simple paint job like this goes a long way to improving something very simple and basic. So if you liked the video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have any feedback to give me, please leave it in the comment section down below. And if you would like to catch any more of my videos in the future, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified when any of my videos get uploaded. And with that, I'll try to see you guys here next week.